All right, beautiful people. We're going to get the party started. Welcome all y'all beautiful faces. Thank you for being here tonight. So tonight, I'm excited about the guests. Y'all know I always bring some goodies. I can say I am surrounded by beautiful people and beautiful friends that have amazing journeys that we have connected on this path to do work together. So tonight, I am calling forth my dear friend, Kendra Jeffries, who is in the lovely Costa Rica now, but she is the rainforest shaman. But we have had a wonderful journey of friendship. You know, I always say people pop into your life at the right time, and you never know the dynamics of the purpose of the relationship. And this young lady fell into my lap through another shaman. Oh, I might have to get Kim on here. But so our friendship developed. We had common interests, even more because of her common interests. She was one of the first, I think, African Americans here in North Carolina to get her license to grow hemp and products hemp. So that has been one of her fortes. She was the owner of Ladybug's Medibles, and she is amazing when it comes to the cannabis plant. I'm so upset because my other Zoom was not working because my background was all of the cannabis leaf. But let me tell you, this lady, when it comes to foods, not just food, from suppositories to salves to salad dressing to ketchup to whatever, her everything is always infused. She's magical with the cannabis plant, but more importantly, Kendra has had a amazing journey. I'm going to say of experience on her journey of coming into being a shaman. And I'm really I want to share my little video here, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do this on my phone. Kendra, I'm so upset. I had the whole video of Allie and everything ready to show, but my laptop is showing out. So maybe later, or I'll put it in the group for everybody to see. But Kendra is coming all the way from Costa Rica to talk to us about her journey, where she's been, more particularly her journey even with her daughter. I'm going to let her speak more of her journey with her daughter as she introduces herself. But her daughter came in and impacted. We love Kendra, but you know, her daughter might have had more impact. Whoever just came in, I think I made them mute your phone, love. Thank you, thank you. But her daughter came in and impacted many of our lives with the fight and the strength. Rest in peace. Allie is not here with us now. Well, she is here with us. She has a big spirit. But I'm going to turn this over to Kendra to tell us a little bit about her journey, her path to shamanism, which has led her to the jungles of Costa Rica. Now, Anya, we talked about going to the jungle. Well, this is the jungle shaman, and uprooted her daughter, who had they said a terminal illness, but she stayed alive longer because a lot of Kendra's remedies, but moved her all the way to Costa Rica, where many people would have said that she is crazy, she doesn't have any support, but she always said this is what her daughter wanted, and that's what she did, and she trusted herself. So I am going to now introduce my beautiful friend, Kendra, and we already talked. We were on the phone almost an hour, excited about what she was going to talk about tonight, so I'm really excited. So Kendra, I'm turning it over to you, love. She there? So here we go with technology. Oh, Kendra, you're on mute. Can you hear me? You're on mute.
I
There
can
you
fix
go.
that. All
Okay.
right. Blessings and blessings to everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Asha, for the introduction. Thank you for everyone here in power and spirit. Okay. So yes, I am a cannabis entrepreneur and one of the grassroots activists to help to legalize hemp and cannabis in the 11th state of North Carolina. I assist in South Carolina and Tennessee and Virginia too. So enjoyed that journey. The reason I took my journey was because of Allie. Into that. I became a yoga coach because of Ali, because I found out how the asanas and the breath work and the different techniques could help with seizures. I studied EFT tapping because that helps to calm down the central nervous system. Pretty. Let's see what else. I specialize in quantum epigenetics. I work very closely with the biodynamics of plants. I enjoy making medicines out of all herbs, foods that are healing, rejuvenating, revitalizing for everyone. I'm happy that I'm here in Costa Rica because I have a lot of source food here, so that's super awesome. I saw the source food along with volcanic waters at a natural pH balance of an 8.5 running in the river and through the faucets, extend my beautiful daughter's life for 2 years. Well, right about a year, sorry. She was here for a year. I am a jungle shaman. I like that. Elemental and spirit shaman. I practice under the power spirits. I practice under ancient dragon wisdom, which helps me with my medicines. Also with the ability to be able to medically see visual, for me, a problem in the body. With that, I have the ability to make the formulation to help your body go into remission, repair itself, and get you, on healthy journeys to whatever it is. By creating and curating cannabis, right? And many different herbs, mixing and blending, and doing different modalities also with the body, which brings in yoga. I found out that as a mother of a disabled child going through an illness that we knew would end her life, that I needed some calming methods. All of that brought me also into Reiki. This is where I met Asha. It was a wonderful, wonderful introduction. Asha was a favorite in Allie's life. Allie had dreads. I finally got her to do them for me, and they grew beautiful long. She was tired of them. Asha had balded her head, and she came, and Allie fell in love with it, and the barber came to the house, and that's it. But this wonderful commanding spirit taught me a lot. She opened the windows to a lot of things. She took me along my shaman journey when I didn't even realize I was going along with it. I had a living and breathing elder with me. She was a very beautiful spirit that brought me into where I am now. So I take all of these things and offer coaching and explaining together and aligning the body so that we can go into perfect harmony. Once we're in perfect harmony, that allows for us to go into our energetic order, right? To find out what our purpose is. I help with soul journeying, with recuperating our soul. There are many different signs of soul loss, like inability to concentrate, restless sleeping, excessive thirst, not knowing. We go through many things in our life, and we build these sheaths around our bodies, creating these dharmic entities, allowing for things to attach to us, and we create a life of struggle, and we don't have to. Journeying into your shaman walk, I want you to remember that. This can be as beautiful as you like it to be, as lovely as you want it to be. Shamans manifest. We do that. We walk and do that. We breathe and do that. My life is a wonderful manifestation of another life here, where my daughter and I switched places. And she taught me about this disease. Allie had, her disease is Unberg-Lundborg disease. It deteriorates the central nervous system. When the central nervous system deteriorates, the body begins to seize because it loses the messages. What she taught me was, that's what they said medically, but she could hear and see and do things that show me how to do. Because during these seizures, she would go places. I would watch her go. She would be in my arms and I would watch her when she was little. Go limp. And I would call her back. And she told me that she would go to these magical places. One of the many things she taught me was being able to communicate without speaking. This was a disease that made her seize. So I had to understand her troubles when she had them. It caused me to evolve into being able to hear. I could not use my eyes because what I saw was like some type of, I don't know, I thought she needed exorcism once. I said, what is that? When the doctors told us what it was, we had genetic testing done. It was sent around the world. It came from Finland and Africa. This deficiency of the B-cysteine gene should take the body to a point where it seizes and shuts itself down and shakes and rattles until the brainstem breaks and there's no more life. During this time, you should lose your hearing, your sight, inability to speak, inability to use your hands. Your use motor skills are gone. Your systems are no longer yours. You have no control. You would like to send the signal there, but there's a break because this break in the genes has affected this ability to do so. I saw strokes like seizures. Her biggest difficulty was myoclonic. It was a constant shape. As Allie began to lose her ability to walk, she also at one point lost her ability to speak. So we had to learn sign language. Now I cannot use my ears because she cannot speak to me. Senses, thank you. Tuning me, getting tuned. Because I have to tune to you because I need you to stay here. Tuning, very important in shamanism. Being able to feel is important so you can cast. Here needs to be peaceful so you can cast. Imagine casting from Costa Rica to the United States. I have to, I'm cannabis, mushrooms, listen, everything. Because I have to be super calm and I have to be connected to source so that I can cast that. I use things, the wind, the oceans. I'm not that powerful. God made some other stuff. I can say, please take this. But now I can use only my hands. Takes your sight away. These things came back. They were supposed to stay. They came back. I learned how to help to come back. I learned what medicines, what herbs and things to put together to make them come back. Started my company so I could help people. Thank you. When your ancestors come to teach you in these many different forms of people, animals, plants. At this level, the monkeys are coming. At this level, you have to hear. You can't walk. Your eyes are human. Mouth is important. Our that's describing. Our words cast. The breath is important. Yoga, meditation, understanding, routine. These things are important when you journey. You have to know where to drop your cord. You have to know where to come back to. Okay? So you must be sure when you fly, when you go, when you ask for project, where you're going and when you come back to. Can we play with these? Many people kind of go crazy. They lose something. You're playing with something God gave you. Okay? He's giving you the ability to see others and to help others and guide them to what your special will help them go to the next thing, the next person. Our job here is to learn, to be here to serve, to play, and have a good time. And as shamans, we get to do special things. With touch. Touch is important because of energy. All of you all are Reiki masters, Reiki something, right? Reiki 3, Reiki level, Reiki teachers. I hope you're practicing on yourself and on others. If you're not, it's okay. But if you want to cast, you must practice. You have to harness the energy to give it. You gotta practice. Whatever mode is best for you. Breath work is important. In order to get into the state to be able to journey, to be able to cast, to be able to what was the third thing I said? Huh? What was the third thing I said? Project, astral project. Astral project, journey. Thank you. In order to astral journey and to cast, it's breath work. Using the elements help in casting. Some people use astrology. Some people just use their magic. Some people use cards. Whatever modality you're using to let you know that it's time to go into work, when that moment starts, that's when your breath work you need. Okay? You have to align, you have to get your energy ramped up so you can give it to whoever you need to go. When you're just practicing Reiki, okay? When we're going into shamanic casting, shamanic journeying, shamanic projection, astral projection, breath work is super important because you have to, these dimensions that you will travel through, these places, these minds, bodies, and souls that you will carry, to walk in these areas because you are lights has to be gentle. It has to be balanced. And also, then you're able to project. I hope the monkeys come close enough for y'all to hear. I love
We
I
hearing
also
you
practice.
along with the jungle in the background, but I think we
You
getting
can
it.
get that
Yeah.
they're coming. I also practice. I also practice monkey medicine. Monkey medicine is joyful. Monkey medicine is entertaining, happy, love, presence, playful. Wolf medicine. You know when to stand alone. You know when to go with the pack. A lot of us practice that. For me, dragon medicine, source medicine, fire. When I am casting, when I am doing medicinal practices, I use fire within myself a lot to get this energetic speed that I need to go with a higher power to where I need to go. Wind, please take. Water, please go. I need to do it. Whichever of these beautiful elements allow me to use them. Bird, take a message. Something. I love the animal stuff. Allie comes back and forth to me, so does God a lot. I love to see it. I was telling Asha lately, I saw a deer. Costa Rica. Listen, you're from the monkeys. I live in the jungle.
Is that the monkeys in the
No,
background we hear?
they're coming, yeah. They're the let's see. The monkeys are coming. Anyway, the
Because they louder than you are.
everything is louder than me. I'm trying to talk a little louder. The when you're casting and you're sending this energy out, um, you will find an element that helps you with that. In your walk, it'll show itself to you, or you'll feel it, you'll know it. Mine is fire, my hands light, my fingertips light, my spine light, kind of like what we learn in Kundalini. Some Kundalini practices, Kundalini meditation. Those things help me to, like with Allie, jumpstart her again. Or create a fire formula for her that was going to fight to help and stop this disease. It had changed a lot, which helped me to create many different types of things, which allowed me to create different types of things for my client. This ancestor was awesome. Okay? In my face. Thank you. Truism. Thank you. Thank you. I have Crohn's disease. I was very sick at one point in my life. And I had a PC pump. I was in the bed. There were nurses in my home. One of my other walks into shamanism was this. This began my medical. Kind of like I feel like I'm cheating sometimes, but there was there was a spirit that came to my room every day, and I could hear it come up the stairs. We had hardwood stairs in the historic city of Lynchburg, where there are many spirits running there. So here in the bed, I can't move. Morphine is in my arm, and I'm hearing things. All types of stuff. The pictures jumped off the wall, everything. My mom cleared the room. I'm like, I don't take the pictures down. People are walking around, they're talking to me. Like, listen, because God often makes me still sometimes so that I can understand, so that I can walk through. I don't always have to choose that. But, in this life, I don't have a choice because I chose it somewhere else. I'm like, why would you choose this? But learning the biodynamics of food in the body, going through energy medicine, healing modalities, and using your Reiki, EFT and Reiki. What do you have in your basket? Now is your time you get to couple stuff. Yes. You get to take this and mix and match. creating and curating and bringing forth. That's what shamans do. Connectivity, circles of energy. So let's think. Journeying. How did that help me with Allie? She would go somewhere in these seizures. Oh, they were not what we see of a grand mal seizure, because she would be vivid and there with you the whole time. Unfortunately, but fortunately, she would have these convulsions, full body things, these movements, these uncontrollable things that sometimes would throw her off the bed, do many different things to her. And I would wonder where she would go when this would happen, because she wouldn't holler out, she wouldn't do anything. And when these seizures would stop, she would smile. She would be so happy. I know you weren't with me. You didn't see what I just saw, huh? Because whatever happened that I saw, like, you act like you just didn't even go through this. Like, what are you doing? Mommy, remember when you told me to create a different place? Go here. I go there. Create this place and here. Like, cool. You got to show me how to get there. Because I can do this too. Let's help. Have I always been able to do this? Yeah. I like doing it in dream state too. I have dreams where it creates trilogies where you go and you see two people that have gone to ancestors, and it creates a wonderful trilogy for you. And in this dynamic, there's always a message. Always a message. So pay attention when you start to take those walks. Look at everything. Everything. There was a message before my surgery for bowel resectioning in this message in this dream, because I was dying of Crohn's disease. They didn't know what else to do. So here we are at surgery. The doctor said, I promise to do this. You're not gonna have bag. Okay, thank you so much. I don't want to cost you bag because I'm a little bit of pain, just a little bit. Okay. But the night before I go to sleep, I'm there and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? The thing, I have this dream, I'm walking down this, come with me, breathe. I want to take you somewhere. Okay. If you can, have a nice seat upward, straighten your back, roll back your shoulders. If you want to come. Taking a deep breath through the nose, calming the mind, releasing the breath, sound, calming your voice. Inhaling again, calming the mind, releasing the voice. Exhaling, the sound of the heart. Inhaling, calming the mind, calming the voice, softening the heart, relaxing the sternum. Exhale. Inhale, calm the mind, relax the throat, the chest, sternum, belly button. Exhale. Inhale, calming the mind, doing the deeper relaxation, calming the throat, the heart, sternum, belly button, thighs. Inhaling through the pelvis. Exhale. So in this beautiful dream, I'm walking down what seems to be a dusty highway. This dusty highway has twirling spools running around, little tons of hay coming up as you walk. Not too much color as yet, but there is something ahead. The wind's blowing. The wind is blowing. And I begin to walk into town. As I walk into town, I notice that no one else is there. There are two homes built of lumber. Here you think like, saloonish, but not saloon. And on these homes, as I pass the first one, I still wonder where everyone is. As I approach the second home, I see my grandmother and my grandfather there. They're rocking on the chair. My grandmother is enjoying and smiling. My grandfather's beckoning to me. Hey, lady, he said. That's my nickname. Gotta go to the church. Don't stop. What? My gram said, hey, keep on walking. You gotta go. So as I walk up further, there's a white church at the end of the road, not too far. And I wonder on this journey, what is here? I really want to stay there. Now in the trilogy, things are showing me something different. The winds are changing, skies, colors are changing. The storm is getting closer. Storm, where did you come from? As I walk into the church, the doors are open, allowing me to freely walk into the church. There's only one other person there. What's this? Still in my mind. As I walk into this old church with a beautiful steeple and cherry oak chairs, as I walk up to the man in the front, the beautiful white robe, and he's listening, and I'm thinking, am I going to get baptized with this? He hands me a present. This present is a beautiful aqua blue with a white ribbon on it. A white box with an aqua blue ribbon. It changes. I say thank you. I thank God for giving me this. And I walk out. The morning of surgery is here. The morphine's no longer working. There's a 6-inch snowstorm outside. And the surgical team has decided to stay the night because you need this surgery. The pain is so intense you don't even feel it any longer. Knowing that this journey is okay. My soul is okay. I just had a dream about it. I'm all right. Surgeon comes in, we're staying. We're coming to get you as soon as that room opens. They take you to the room as you're walking and as you're being pushed, into the operating room. You see the blue. These surgical uniforms are blue. Now as you go under anesthesia, and you wake up, and the surgeon said, guess what? What's that, sir? I found 2 healthy pieces. Guess what? You don't have to have a colostomy bag. Oh, thank you so much. Coming out of anesthesia, coming back to yourself, and understanding that God just showed you everything was okay. because I forgot to tell you I opened that box. There was nothing in it. And I thought something was wrong with my box. No, no. You are free. This is nothing you have to worry about anymore. You can take the medicine if you want to, but I've taken this from you already. Thank you. Graces. Graces in this journey. Understanding in this journey. Sorrow in this journey. Anger, turmoil, healing. Healing is there. Breathing in through your nose and coming out of your mouth. Allowing your heart to begin to meet your breath. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And we come here to now. What is now? It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I live in Costa Rica. Allie said, let's go, please. Let's go. They said she didn't have any more time. I said, okay, let's go. What do we want this to look like, Allie? I want this. That was Thanksgiving. On her birthday, 4 days later, we had a house in Costa Rica. Her belief was so strong. Our beliefs intertwined with so strong. And knowing that faith is our walk as shamans. Because a lot of times we don't use our eyes. We can't use our mouth. So we must communicate. And we have these beautiful chakras that send out tremendous energy. So fine-tuning those, bringing those into alignment will allow you to float into a journey. Will allow the story to be real for you too. Breath work. The heart must slow down to, I think it's like 40 beats a minute. But you're going into the stage of pratyahara, which for shamans, which if we're in yoga is the stage of enlightenment, stage of being able to be in another angelic realm. Okay? Being able to be, being able to disconnect and to untether is what this breath work does. Because you're slowing down too slow for a lot of other things to see. And that allows you to go. It allows you to jump. It allows you to journey. It allows you to go into these other crafty, beautiful places. Sorry. Allie was we were here. We had another wonderful year together. There were some things I was able to see her do that she was able to pull the power and the source and this energy here in this earth, like feed herself sometimes, lift her legs sometimes. These things that she didn't have the ability to do in the States. So I knew that, okay. When she was ready to go, she asked me if I was, all right, let me turn the light on too. She asked me if I were happy. And sometimes I think maybe I shouldn't say yes, but within a few days, she began to go. But there were things that I saw before because we begin to read signs of the earth, signs of the elements. Let me turn the light on. Signs of You guys are, you can go in, you guys, and there are glasses in the freezer, and you can have some. Okay, sorry. An elemental shamanism, using the elements to take you into another dimension, is super mastery. Being able to call them to do different things is pretty awesome too. Right? We all can do it, you know, like, and you don't realize sometimes as you're doing it. You're sitting there and it's hot, like, oh my gosh, oh God, please, I would love a breeze. And a breeze can come. It's simple magic. We all have that. If you don't, then just breathe. It'll come back. So I think now I would love to know, in your practice of power and spirit, as you guys are practicing that, I heard you guys have animal, have gotten in touch with your animal guide things. I would love to know what you're experiencing, and also if you have any questions for me. Yeah.
I know y'all got questions.
I have a
question. Thank you, Miss Dave.
Hi, Kendra.
Hello, darling. How are you?
You just lighten my whole heart every time I get a chance to speak with you. I've been a part of you and Allie's journey for a long time, I think, through linking with Asha. So I'm so happy to be here on the Zoom with you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
I personally would like to ask, my son transitioned in July of 2022. And I know you're well connected to Allie as I was him. So I would just like to know, how do you personally connect with Allie on a daily basis as a way of keeping you guys communication and energy flowing?
Okay, I like that question. Let's see.
Does that make sense?
It
Yes.
definitely does. Okay. So Allie was able to cheat a little bit. We practiced stuff before she left, right? So, you know, with shamans, we have drums. Oh, my drum. I find her heartbeat. If I can't find her heartbeat, then I will go to the water, because Allie wanted to be a mermaid. She was a mermaid at heart, right? So I go to where I know she is. And we've always said that, you know, like, so, and now I think for you, and thinking where you are the most comfortable and where he knew you were the most comfortable. And also the same for you, for him, right? Where he was the most comfortable, where you knew he was the most comfortable. Eat the foods that you crave. You crave his food sometimes?
Yeah, he had this thing for cereal. And I have this nightly ritual where I sit down at the altar with his picture and everything and have a bowl of cereal with him just to connect and reflect on the day energetically, you know.
Yeah.
And that's just part of what I've incorporated, you know, a ritual between us that we do, you know. And everybody in the family know that that's why I do it. It's this weird thing that me and him share. This love of different cereals.
That's so beautiful. What would you like to try to expand that?
Say it again.
Would you like to try to expand that and use that and know how to use that as a channel to communicate to him?
I'd love to.
When you're there, because you've already made it a space and everyone knows there's a space and time for you, it's almost as if you are already setting your journey adventure. You're setting your stage, you're setting your anchor, where to come back to. You're setting also where he knows a portal where you are going to pass your energy to here. Whether you're opening up for him to go, come here, or he's whichever way you're doing it, whatever's in your heart to do. You can be, you are already there. Just open it up. Think about it. Think, I need this. Open. Listen. I need this open. Begin to watch the serial. Begin to watch the questions that are in your mind. Begin to watch what's left in the cereal bowl. What's happening? What's happening around me as I'm asking these questions? He's talking to you. You just have to pay attention.
He is, and I'm hearing him as I'm eating the cereal. Like I'm eating the cereal and I bust out in laughter because I can hear him joking with me. Like I never lost that ability to communicate. I haven't lost that ability to communicate with him. It feels kind of surreal because I know he's transitioned, but I know he's not gone. It doesn't even feel like he's gone. My mother just recently passed away 3 weeks ago, and it's the same. It's the same. It's the energetic connection and the spiritual connection. I still feel it's just the physical absence that's not there. So that's the best way I can explain it.
I understand.
And I do find different portals and rituals that I do where I use those as, like you said, like portals for communication between me and them. So
How do you feel those are working?
it's comforting.
They're comforting. Right.
It's comforting.
What if you took the comfort away? What if you said, I don't need this item to talk to you. I don't need this to speak to you. I don't need that. I don't want that. I don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to sit here. I've created this space and I want you to come talk to me. And I'm listening. Show me what you're talking. The reason being, I say that here in this circle is because here there are many different things that we see here. We see people, right? All of this is around us. So here you have to fine tune and tune in to where the space, breath work, right, that you're creating. So you can create this portal. Okay. The portal that you're asking for is bigger than the portal the pendulum makes. It's bigger than the portal the cards make. Mm-hmm. You are asking for something pretty big. You have to create that space. Right? Mm-hmm. So at the table here, you begin to not see anything else but the table and the cereal and you. You don't see these things. These things begin to blur to you. The sounds become not. Mm-hmm. The taste, everything begins to leave. And this is all in breath work. So you're detaching, you know, you want to detach. You're detaching from these things so that they can come too. Because if you got all this stuff around you, they can't see you.
But you're right. You're right. And I find myself feeling more and more connected to them without those things. Like it's even without the cereal, or you know what I'm saying, or even without sitting down. But just like you said, just sitting down, being still, connecting with my breath, taking time, the connection is there natural, and I'm trusting it more and more. I think in the beginning I felt like I needed to do certain things to keep the energy flowing in a certain type of way, but I realized that I don't, because it's just there. I just have to take the time, the moment, the breath to connect to it.
You realize you asked a question and answered your own question and all of that circle, did you?
I know, but I like talking. Like I think me and Kendra have briefly behind the scenes exchanged words of encouragement to each other on my journey. So I did want to just get an opportunity to connect on that level, you know, since we both have this similarity in life that we're having to work through. So she's definitely one of my teachers always as well, like you. So
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yes.
thank you for that, Kendra.
Much. Thank you.
And can you please fix it so that I can communicate with you on Facebook?
Yes, I
Since you
will.
got your new Facebook page, I can't communicate with you.
Okay, I will. I definitely will.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll
Thank
also
you.
add Kendra to the group too, in case folks, to the shamans group, in case folks have other questions and stuff. I know a lot of us on here, Kendra, have been answering the call of coming up with curriculums or how to be supportive in the role of death doulas. A lot of us are having gifts of that, whether it's through dreams, premonitions, feelings. So that whole role of how do we support, now that we have the understanding that there is no end, how do we help others in that grief of dealing with losses by having that understanding, which is part of the shamanic journey. I think what you guys have to hear in this journey, it's often you not only just healing others, but if you have not heard, the people that we have had spoken to us have healed themselves. That is where it begins. And I know that was one thing Kendra asked. She said, are they doing the work? Are they doing the work? And I said, well, I know this group right here, they're making an invested interest to do the work. Now, some of them may be stuck right now, but that's part of doing the work. So in that aspect of everybody doing the work, I think is wonderful what you are bringing forth in your words. Courage. You know, I've always said that I admire you, and it really, y'all, if you hadn't really, I know me, Kiana, Jay, around here, we've had some intimate experiences with Kendra, and it's really amazing, y'all, because it was for a point in time, I thought I was crazy when Kendra would come back and say, and Allie said this and that, and I go back in the room with Allie wasn't saying nothing. Those words, she couldn't talk. So I was really like, how is she really understanding this? And it's always the thing where I think what Kendra teaches is to go with that gut inner voice. Because literally, it's one of the things when Kendra would say, Allie want to move to Costa Rica. Other people are like, Allie can't talk. What's she talking about? But what she's taught me as a mother, to even for me to learn now as a mother, I start now with Yasir and learning to communicate with him. I always think if something happened and we got separated, I need to be able to go to him and say, Yasir, go here. So this is where she's talking about now we can start the journeying. What we did last week with that meditation, you should be practicing that often and going to these journeys to get the information. Shamanic work is going into an alternate trance, an alternate dimension to do the healing work. So if you haven't heard about these people that these stepping into their initiations of these life and the hope, all of us don't have to have life or death situations. Some of it could be financial, what we call financial catastrophe, losing a job, losing a house, losing a marriage, and feeling like you're starting over. But if y'all will understand, all of this is to help you find you. Because I know when me and Kendra started the journey, we weren't calling ourselves shamans. Shoot, we were still having fun at the yoni parties. Look, we weren't in that mindset, but over time, we see now collective energy and how we come together and why we have come together. and how the paths come and the paths separate and the paths come. But if we trust our instincts, we can always come back to that main source. Does anybody else have any questions or comments for Kendra? I don't want to take up time because I know her, so.
I got a question. How do you disconnect after like a shamanic session? I always ask that because I'm always intrigued. Like I know how to do a disconnection, but I'm always open to learn other ways too that other healers disconnect. And what do you do too to continue to give yourself that form of self-care when you take on so much energy of other people?
You're on mute, Kendra. Your phone's on mute.
Sorry. Okay. To disconnect, all right, I have to say this. In Medicine Woman, Kendra, I have to stay connected for the time that I'm making medicine. When a person's my client, say for instance, you are a cancer client, for as long until we go into remission and afterwards, I hope that you say, there's somewhere that I have to stay connected because I need to be able to transition with you. And when I have to disconnect, then it is as easy as saying for me, I am disconnecting. But it's the energy of the words, right? So knowing the energy means knowing that you've tapped into it and I am disconnecting. Use other things if you need. If you need to cut cords, if you need to burn, you need to clear, of course. Those are wonderful. But I use breath, my words. I use my words to disconnect. And I remind myself, say for instance, the client has, I don't know, just something. Whatever their ailment is, sometimes when I did not know how to, my ailment would flare. I'm like, I could not figure out anything weird. What is this coming from? Then I would think about it. Oh yeah, I had to journey. I had to do this. I had to astral project. I had to bring this person back, and I didn't protect myself in the area that I need the most protection, which is my intestines. So for me, I darken it. I charcoal it. So I'm drinking charcoal. I need my light there to not, because it's fractured here. In this human body, this is fractured. So when I go and I journey through different things, one of my prep things is protecting the area that I have an ailment, because they're going to see that person, they're coming for it.
Mm-hmm.
I also, foods. Foods are important. You need energy. So wanting to cleanse your body also with the foods that you're eating, fresh as you can, juices, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, right? You need these nutrients, these macronutrients, because you are casting, jumping, doing your thing in a molecular form of energy. You have to feed your molecules, send them out. The better that you eat, the further these things will go, because you need all of this source energy because you're pulling and wanting to be a source of energy. So you have to eat the things to give you source energy. Let's see what and there was that all. Those are the questions.
Kendra, it's Molly.
Hi, Molly.
I have a question too. So many blessings. Thank you for sharing. I think I'm the same on Facebook. Like I haven't figured out how to get a hold of you. Because we're not on, I know your page got hacked and then, so let's reconnect.
Kendra, your phone keep going to mute.
Well, I'm muting it so I can hear you guys.
Oh,
That's all.
okay.
And I don't want my background to interfere like with the questions. I can hear better.
Okay.
That's all. Okay, I'm gonna put it back on mute while you finish.
Oh no, I was just saying that wait, I had something else to ask you. Anyway, let's reconnect because I think I was gonna ask you some stuff about teas, and I just been thinking about you, and we lost contact, but I'm so grateful for you sharing today and giving us this medicine because it's so good.
Mhm.
Thank you, Molly. I appreciate you so much, and thank you for being a guide for me and showing me your beautiful place in Puerto Rico. So I would dream of coming here. Thank
I
you so
can't
much.
wait to come see you.
So we got doggone coqui frogs in Puerto
Yeah,
Rico and the monkeys in
yeah.
Costa Rica. Yes.
Peace,
Anybody
Kendra.
else? Oh, there go Ali.
I would like to know, do you recognize a difference in spiritual animals and spiritual insects? We often talk about animals, but the insects, I know people mention the butterfly all the time, but do you see a difference from a spiritual animal and a spiritual insect?
Yes, I do. I like the okay, so we do speak about spiritual animals all the time, right? Like the other day, a deer appeared. I live in the middle of the jungle. There are deer in Costa Rica, but not up here. I haven't seen one the whole time that I've been. And I stay in the woods, okay? But the deer came to tell me of elevation, of grace, of need, of opening my heart, right? The deer was here, I promise. Right? So I'm like, oh my God. And I don't know everything, so I had to look it up. So, right? So animals oftentimes will show themselves in many different ways. Animals talk to you too. Cats always bring messages. Watch where they're walking, watch where they go. They always show you things. They're gift givers, especially if you have a gift, then they want to give to you. Um, the
Tell them what you were saying about the mosquitoes. We were talking about the insects too, and we just had that conversation about the mosquitoes.
okay, mosquitoes do different things too. Okay. Also, well, here I had a guest, and the energy was off, and other than the fact that my yacht fell off the wall, I said, "Oh, this is wrong." Oh, okay. The mosquitoes were infectious. I had bites all the way down my arm, my back, everything. Listen, I have a net over my bed. I have mosquito things burning. I'm like, listen, Linda, you have to go. Your energy is not okay. You making the mosquitoes come to my house. I got to send you somewhere else. I don't play around over here. You got to go. I don't need all that in my house. If you are holding, here's a good test. If you are vibrating at a very peaceful level, at a very sure level of energy, you can sit amongst ants. This I know because there are ants everywhere. Costa Rica has hormigo tours, and we have ant tours. You know, they are hardworking ants. You can sit amongst the ants, and they will encircle you, and they will go another way. They will see you and turn. It's almost like a force field. Practice. And you can practice with the ant because those animals, we command. They attack us when they don't understand the vibration that you are giving, or if that vibration doesn't fit well where they are, just like attacking the nest. This is my home. This is their, in a sense, this is my nest. I need to away from it. So thank you, mosquitoes. Thank you, monkeys, for jumping on the house. Right? The things that I do. Thank you, spirits of these Indians, the Aroma Indians here in Costa Rica, for coming onto my house. Thank you for moving this person. They all work in conjunction too. but stillness of breath, so that you can communicate with them. Because we have to block all of this other stuff out so we can see and hear them clearly. And they want to talk to you, they want to send you messages. The ants will move around because you are giving them a vibration of superiority, like the queen ant, the king of the ants. But you're giving them this vibration, so they're going to see it, but in circle come around. They're not coming. They know you're there, but they won't come into the circle. But yeah.
Anyone else?
Hi, Kendra.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I have two questions. So one is regarding a statement you made a moment ago. I wanted to know, how do you protect your ailments? Like, if you do have a trouble issue, like, how do you go about protecting that?
2 seconds. Joa, can you please turn the stove off? Thank you so much. Okay, sorry. What I do for myself, because I have an intestinal issue, is I black it out. So I drink charcoal, so it blocks my intestine, right? Largest organ in the body, largest light giver of the body. So that helps. Some people do circles of light, infracted light. Some people do mirrors, they cast mirrors. Here you should have something that you know that you cast very well. Use that in a smaller form to protect what you need. If I don't have charcoal, then I put mirrors here. I don't need you to see that.
I
If I
like that.
don't, okay.
Mhm. And you also know where your portals are, because some people have a portal in the back of their neck. Some people's portals more of the crown, some the belly button, and some the back and the root chakra. That's why you'll notice some people like to wrap their heads. Some people wrap their waist. Some people put a crystal in their belly button because that's a portal. That's where the umbilical cord was. So understanding that, or even like you said, the more knowledge you have of what's your weaker chakra system, then you would know maybe to put that color on, in order to activate. If that's your weaker chakra, then you need to color or wrap yourself in that area or wear something, a medallion or a talisman or something that can give you. All of us really should. That's a whole probably another workshop, to have our own talisman or something hanging around our neck or on our presence with herbs or something to protect us. Like I was saying, the most important thing, and what I've heard Kendra even saying, know who you are. So when you go out, you're protecting yourself. We are too bright of lights now to go out not protected. If you're in this group, you should be going. If you don't have the beads on your wrist or something protecting you around your neck, even though we are the tool, don't get it twisted. It doesn't mean if I don't have all of that, I'm not protected. But you got to be conscious of protecting yourself, even if it's putting your energy circle around you, or if you're one to call upon the archangel to come and protect. However it is, just be conscious of it and be aware on your body where your weakness is. And like asking Kendra is good, but I also say go back and ask your spirit and your body. You already, Kendra can give you an answer, but that your body like, I ain't tell you to ask her.
Yeah, I can give you this differently. There's like, but even, like, because we all wear the beads, but remember, we're shamans, we're rattles, and we're drums. So when you are walking amongst other people, those beads are great. They make noise. They clear. Right? You got your stuff on. Put them on your ankles. I do. Y'all know
I already got them.
like I got my stuff on. I'm coming through. Right? This is what I don't care what you say. Like, but because especially if you're in an area where a lot of things are going on, then you want that. No, I'm coming through. Don't touch me, is what you're saying too. Don't touch me. I don't need that, right? I'm not at work right now.
So thank you for that. And could you help clarify with like wrapping your waist and different things? I have already kind of thought of that, but I didn't know why, so it just kind of made things make sense. And then my other question was like regarding the spirit animals or your totem animals. I have clearer visions when I'm in circles with you guys. Like I've only had like my spirit animals for the most part in connection to my orishas. My dragon was in connection to Oya, and then the panther was in connection to Oshun. But that was in my Reiki class, and that was in our last session. So it's like there's more energy around, I feel like. So my question is, how do I reconnect to like my dragon? Because I've only seen him that one time. Like I've only encountered or had an experience with that animal one time, and I don't really know how to get back to him.
You are an always evolving human. That time, that spirit animal was for that time. This time, this space will give you something else. Okay. I call the same ones like I call the dragon, right? I call the wolf and also the monkey because I practice medicine under them, different from shaman. But having the spirit animals and knowing that they walk among you, because when I was in the States, I had cats. I had the jaguar, I had the leopard, I had these majestic animals that would walk around me because they guarded my pathway. Here, I don't need them here because I don't need that guarding here. So I get to play with the monkeys here. So this is a different spirit animal here. The deer that came because I needed to hear the message from the deer. Right? I say that to say they change. You might not see that same dragon again. You may see him somewhere else later. Maybe something different. But he'll come back when if you need him to come back, but he was for that time. And when you see them like that, they're for that time, that reason, that energy. You may not want that same energy this time. So it may be a different dragon, right?
Yeah, we may have put that fire out, Anya.
Yeah, you might be careful what you call it. Yeah, be careful what you call it into. We don't want to go backwards. We don't work that way.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All righty. Anybody else before we close out? Everybody's good?
I just have one question. Kendra, thank you for being here and sharing with us. And ladybugs. I've been having experiences with ladybugs. And at first I was swatting them off crazy because I didn't know what it was at first. When I calmed down, I chilled the fuck out. I realized it was ladybug, and now it's supposed to be good luck, but that was all I know. This ladybug sat with me for quite some time, and I let it sit with me, but I was noticing when I was letting it sit with me, I was relaxing and accepting it and opened up to it. But I still haven't gotten to a spirit animal or an insect or anything yet. But could you tell me something about ladybugs?
Ladybugs are attracted to light. Ladybugs like calm spirits. They enjoy peace and happiness. they evoke the same things. In the plant world, they clear things. They use their like pesticides, right? So they do a lot of clearing. In the insect world, they're pretty harmless. They just help the plants. But if there are many, many ladybugs, then if you see many, many ladybugs and there are leaks in your life, right? Because you don't want all of them to see you. You just want them to come say hi. But if you see many, 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 then see what's going on here. Am I not feeling well? No, what is not? What is not okay? They come to bring you messages too. Let's see what that is. Not random places, but gather. If you see them in random places, that's good luck, fortune, all that. But in a group, like if they gathered in the house or on the car or something that's yours, then you want to.
All righty. Well, y'all,
Okay.
hopefully,
Thank
as we
you.
have so many beautiful souls that come up, but we got a lot of traveling to do. So we're gonna have to make a trip to Costa Rica and share space with Kendra. I did a retreat there 2 years ago. It was a wonderful retreat. The monkeys, all of the nature. She had me walking in a damn, look, I got mad. A damn river. I felt like the slave running away, but I got in that river. I overcame some fears by I said, if my ancestors could do this, I can do it too. So Kendra is such a free spirit. She is so much at home frolicking in the jungle. But hopefully we can uh partake again in Costa Rica. Beautiful place. Just seeing things, not just the coast, but the jungle. I said in jungle, I didn't get to the beach part, but definitely on our list. But I will put Kendra's information in the group if any of you want to get with her one-on-one. She is an excellent coach for those who are wanting to harness your journey. I introduced it to you. I passed the ball to those who I know special. I'm the quarterback. She the wide receiver. So I passed the ball to who need. Look, I see my brother looking at me like my sister. There she go.
What I like that tradition.
Hey Kendra, I
Thank you,
just wanted
thank
to
you,
say
thank
peace.
you. So yeah, so
Um,
with all of that being said, thank you, Kendra, for sharing space. Tell Joe I said hello. I miss her. And
yeah.
all of you guys, and I hope everybody got a lot from this conversation, but reach out to Kendra. She has a lot of knowledge, the medical intuitiveness. She knows how to journey into people. And I've seen her bring people out of remission of cancer through her cannabis medicine. So she's helped me in so many ways with it, from the hemp, the cannabis, all of that, from the popcorn. I don't know. I just knew I couldn't go to her house. You didn't want to leave because I was stuck, because it was just stuck. We just wasn't going nowhere. So, but thank you, Kendra. And I'm pretty sure we are all looking forward to getting to Costa Rica. After I would, well, it's irrelevant now. I was like, we should have gone to Costa Rica for the retreat. But next time we get to Costa Rica, we got places to go. So I love you. And everybody on here tonight, y'all be blessed
Thank you.
and stay fresh to death.
Love you. Have a good night. Thank you.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, y'all. Peace.